Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, the site for tonight's matchup between your Roseburg Indians and the Central Catholic Rams. Coming up tonight here on The Score, we've got Roseburg girls basketball for you. Roseburg coming in 1-2 on the season. Their one win in their season opener. Last time we were on the airwaves with the Roseburg girls, getting that season opening victory here at home against Churchill. On the other side, the Central Catholic Rams coming in at 1-1, coming off of a loss in their last game, falling against Rex Putnam 56-34. Two teams looking to try and get back in the win column as they make their way through the non-conference portion of their schedule. For the Roseburg girls, back at home for the first time in a couple of games. As for the Central Catholic Rams, they've got the long road trip down from the Portland metropolitan area here to the Umpqua Basin. Looking forward to tonight's matchup, and thanks so much for joining us as we get ready to bring you Roseburg High School sports here on The Score. I'm Joey Kieran. Great to be with you again here on a Friday night in the Umpqua Basin at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Should be hopefully a competitive matchup here tonight. The Roseburg girls trying to get some offensive flow going. We'll talk more about that with head coach Chad Smith here in just a few moments. Central Catholic, a program that is always talented. Sandy Dickerson, the 23rd year head coach for the Rams, winner of a Co-Coach of the Year award last year. And the programs there at Central Catholic always strong, and so a big test tonight for the Roseburg girls and head coach Chad Smith. We'll see how things play out. Want to remind everybody, tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com. You can tune in and watch Roseburg girls basketball with us tonight. While you're on our video stream, you can go to our YouTube channel where we stream all of our action, and you can hit the subscribe button to make sure you're following Roseburg High sports throughout this winter sports season and into the spring sports season. We're going to have Roseburg boys and girls basketball throughout the year for you here on The Score, so make sure you tune in for that. Hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel for the latest in Roseburg High sports from The Score. Our video stream this season presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll catch up with head coach Chad Smith of the Roseburg girls basketball program. I'm Joey Kieran. This is Roseburg High Sports on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back here with more of our pregame on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. We are getting ready for some Roseburg girls basketball coming up for you tonight as they welcome in Central Catholic for a non-league matchup. Joining us is Coach Chad Smith Coach, we got to see you guys in the season opener pick up a victory to start out the year. The last two on the road have not gone your way. How have you seen the team progress from what we saw in the season opener to where we are here tonight?
Defensively, we've been very, very good. Offensively, we've been just as poor. It's one of those things. We're on a cold streak. We can't seem to make baskets. We've had plenty of open looks. We've got to figure out a way to step up and knock those baskets down. But defensively, we keep progressing. At this point, I think we've only given up 88 points in the season in three games. It's playing pretty good defense. You just got to be able to score a few points to come away with some wins.
On that front, on the offensive side, has it been an issue of being able to get opportunities to get your shots? I mean, it sounds like you said that you guys have gotten looks. Is it running the offense that's been an issue, or is it just the shots just not wanting to go down?
The shots not wanting to go down. You look at our shot charts, everything we do, we get looks out of our offense. We've just got to be able to convert. I think last game we probably had 4 or 5 wide open layups that we missed. Those are must-haves. You've got to make those shots when you have them. And we haven't been able to knock the three down. I think we've only hit 2 threes in the last 2 games, which at this level just isn't going to get it done.
As you guys get ready for tonight's matchup, has the focus been in practice then trying to work on just getting everybody fluid with their shots a little bit more?
Yeah, we're shooting a bunch in practice, but then the other thing is timing, where, that the offense we run with the continuity style we run, there is a timing piece to that, and we've got to do a little bit better job of being on time, getting the ball at the proper time, so we're in the good spot to take a shot and we're not behind the basket or underneath the basket, but in a position where we got a good look at it.
Might it be something to say that some early season kind of just working the kinks out then for you guys, and hopefully that this is something that kind of fades away and you guys can focus on progressing in other spots then? Yeah,
absolutely. I hope tonight we come out. We shot it well last night in practice. I'm hoping we come out tonight, shoot it well. That being said, Central Catholic's an up-tempo team. They want to press. They want to get after you. We've got to be able to slow down and slow the game down a little bit. We cannot run with them. If we do, we're in a big world of hurt tonight. So if we slow it down and execute and do the things we've talked about, we should be in this game, hopefully.
I was going to ask you, about your opponent tonight. What have you seen from them that, besides maybe the pace that they want to play out, what other things do they do well that might pose some challenges tonight?
Full court man-to-man defense. They pride themselves on it. It looks like, watching a couple tapes already this year of them. We've just got to be able to get the ball up the floor, take care of the ball. They're susceptible to some backdoor cuts, which we worked a bunch on this week. That being said, like I said, we've got a couple girls that were sick for 2 days and aren't going to see the floor tonight. It's going through us right now as far as the sickness is concerned.
All right, Coach. Well, we wish you guys the best of luck out there tonight.
Thank you very much.
And that is head coach Chad Smith joining us here in the pregame shows. We count down to tip-off for tonight's matchup between Roseburg and Central Catholic. Well, taking a look at last games for both of these teams. First for the visiting team, the Central Catholic Rams out of the Mount Hood Conference. They come in at 1-1. They dropped their first game of the season in their last game, 56-34, the final score in that one against Rex Putnam. Central Catholic outscored in every quarter of that one. They trailed 26-16 at halftime against a good Rex Putnam team. Last year for the Central Catholic program, though, a good one. As they finished 11-14 on the year, 7-7 in the Mount Hood Conference, 4th in their league standings. They ended up making the first round of the state playoffs where they fell against Beaverton 64-25, graduating 3 seniors off of that roster. But last year, they did graduate a couple of honorable mention all-league selections. Last year, Sandy Dickerson earning the Co-Coach of the Year award for the Rams. She's in her 23rd year leading this program. Longtime coaches there at Central Catholic High School, and they'll look to try and get a win tonight here against Roseburg. They're averaging 42 points a game, giving up an average of 49.5 so far this season. Still early going for both of these teams. On the other side, for the Roseburg girls, they're coming off of a 32-18 loss on the road against North Eugene on Tuesday. They fell behind by 7 points in the first quarter and trailed 15-8 at halftime. But then it was the third quarter that really did them in. They went scoreless in the third. North Eugene put the game out of reach. RHS was 8 of 15 at the free throw line. North Eugene, meanwhile, had 21 fouls to only 11 for Roseburg, by Roseburg. So Roseburg had their opportunities at the free throw line, but just could not capitalize there. That was their second consecutive loss after starting out the season with a win against Churchill here at home. So we'll see if the home cooking once again does it for the Roseburg girls. Looking down there, they're taking warm-up shots. The basketball, it didn't get wedged in. It's not a wedgie. The ball just stopped on the back of the iron. It just got knocked off. It just was balanced right on the back of the iron there up against the backboard as Roseburg taking shots. That might be part of what Coach Chad Smith was talking about this team. They got to take the lid off the basket somehow. They've had a hard time getting shots to drop. We'll see if they can rattle through a couple here tonight. Of course, Roseburg looking to try and build behind some of their seniors this season. They return 8 players that were on the varsity roster last year, but 4 were strictly varsity players out of those 8, and only a few of them really got a lot of minutes a year ago. So still somewhat of an inexperienced team, but we're looking to see what they can bring to the floor here tonight at home against Central Catholic. Roseburg comes in averaging 27 points per game, but they're giving up only 29.3 per game. Their defense has been strong. The highest they've given up is 36 points in a game so far this year. So we're getting ready for the matchup here from Roseburg High School. It is the Indians and the Rams getting ready to square off tonight here at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. In the JV game not that long ago, Central Catholic gets the win 44-29, the final score in that one. No Roseburg boys tonight. That gives us the opportunity here to be able to bring you the Roseburg girls game on the video stream and on the radio. So the boys are having off night. They were here at home on Tuesday, suffered their first loss of the year. They will be off again until next Tuesday when they have their first road trip. They will make the trip down to Crater in Central Point for a game against the Comets. Coming up next Tuesday, that'll be our first road broadcast of the season. For this Roseburg girls team, they will be off until, I believe, next Tuesday. Let me double check the calendar. Yeah, next Tuesday, the Roseburg girls will be here at home against South Salem. And then they will go on the road for a Friday game at Caldera as they make the trip over the pass over there to Bend to take on the Wolfpack. We'll be getting a chance to cover some of the Roseburg girls basketball games throughout this season. This will be our final one, though, for a little while until the new calendar year. We'll have our next broadcast of the Roseburg girls on January 19th when they take on the Willamette Wolverines. That'll be a doubleheader broadcast for us. The games against Willamette this season for the boys and girls will go back-to-back in those ones. So looking forward to a little bit of broadcasting there for Roseburg as they take on the Wolverines, getting a chance to go back-to-back with both the boys and the girls squaring off on the same night in the same location. Just a couple of more minutes left to go here before we tip this one off tonight. The Roseburg girls will be in their home white jerseys, black numbers on the front and the back of the jersey, outlined in orange. Roseburg across the chest for the Roseburg girls with the black trim around the arms, the neck, and the bottom of the shorts. On the other side, it's the cardinal red for the Central Catholic Rams with the gold offset color. The gold numbers on the front and the back outlined in black with Rams across the nameplate on the back of the jerseys and across the front as well for the visiting Central Catholic Rams here tonight. Central Catholic, a private school up out of the Portland area, playing in the Mount Hood Conference. A former opponent of mine back from my high school days, and always tough competition. You know that they have great athletes usually in their programs. They do have a couple of returning all-league selections from a year ago, and Nyla J. Holt, who was an honorable mention selection as a sophomore, and Paige Pierce, who as a sophomore was a second-team all-league selection last year for the Rams. Roseburg basketball coming up for you tonight. This evening's game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give them a call at 541-378-6694. We'll have a look at your starting lineups here in just a few moments after the national anthem, so stay tuned for that as they will get announced down on the floor. And we'll have those coming up for you here in just a few moments. Want to remind everybody the video stream up and running right now. Appreciate everybody that is tuned in and joining us for the contest here in the pregame show. The video stream is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. In the postgame show, we'll have your Player of the Game award presented by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games, or you can come by and watch the live stream during away games. That's Mountain Mike's Pizza. We'll be giving out a gift certificate to the Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game that we select in the postgame show here tonight. We also have the In the Paint Rebound Leader brought to you by Colorcraft, the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County. So when it's time for you to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft is a paint store, not a paint department. So check them out, and we will be paying attention to who's in the paint with Colorcraft and keep track of those rebound leaders tonight. Announce that. They'll have a $10 gift card to Java Run coming up for them, thanks to Colorcraft. All right, we are about to head to our announcements and starting lineups after the national anthem. So stay with us. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, it'll be time for this one to get underway. I'm Joey Kieran. Tonight it's Roseburg and Central Catholic squaring off in girls basketball. The tip-off coming up next as we bring you coverage of Roseburg High Sports here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Tonight's national anthem as we get ready to go with Roseburg and Central Catholic squaring off here tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting team, the Central Catholic Rams, 1-1 on the season, led by head coach Sandy Dickerson. Starting lineup will have senior Morgan Bruner, along with a junior Annalise Voika. Another senior, Juliana Gordon, will start tonight, along with junior honorable mention All-League selection Nyla J. Holt, and a second-team All-League selection, a junior Paige Pierce. That'll be 3 juniors and 2 seniors in the starting 5 tonight for the Central Catholic Rams. On the other side for the Roseburg Indians, led by head coach Chad Smith, 1-2 on the season. It'll be senior 5'8" guard Sydney Montefiore, along with a junior at 5'5", Bridget Brooksby. The sophomore 5'6", Michaela McClatcher. She will get the start here tonight. Aria Smith, a senior at 5'11", starting, as well as junior Arlie Asen, listed at 5'8". Your starting lineup tonight for the Roseburg girls. They might be a little bit shorthanded or have a few players that are unavailable to them tonight due to some illnesses going on in the program. A couple of players that were on the roster for us for Central Catholic not with the team as well. So we'll see how that comes into play here tonight, but I do believe that two teams have most of their starting five. Although head coach Chad Smith did say this is the fourth different starting lineup they've used here this season. So we'll see how it goes. Smith will be in the middle to jump for Roseburg. Going up against Pierce. The tip is won by Roseburg, and into the front court will come Michaela McClatcher. To the right side, bounce in by Brooksby. Trying to get it to Asen. Her pass back out is taken away by Central Catholic, and the Rams will have it. Taking away the ball to start things out. They quickly work into the far corner with it. Juliana Gordon dribbles up to the top. Brings it back out against Montefiore. Dribble back to the right side at the wing, get a screen, roll left, no pick and roll available. Pierce will get it, left side, pass it away, into the corner, back out around the perimeter. They work to the far side, Holt with it. Looking to drive, gets to the free throw line, pass back out. Shot clock down to 8 here in this first possession for the Rams. Back out to Pierce. She's going to attack with 2 seconds, puts up a shot off the rim, no, and the rebound comes down to McClatcher, and then a jump ball called. Michaela McClatcher pulls down the rebound. The jump ball, though, will favor Central Catholic. A good defensive start there for Roseburg, forcing them all the way down to the shot clock buzzer. Holt picks up the dribble on the right wing, bounce it underneath to Pierce, double team, kicks out, left side three, looks off, it's a bit long, rebound, tipped around, and Pierce will keep it in. She goes up, and it's a foul called against Roseburg. The shot was off by Bruner, but the long rebound knocked around. And this foul goes against Michaela McClatcher. It'll send Paige Pierce to the free throw line to try and get the first points on the board for us here this evening. She'll take her time at the free throw stripe. First shot, banks it in. Paige Pierce gets the scoring started for Central Catholic. Second free throw for the right-handed shooter. This one looking to try and not use the backboard. Shot no good. Fight for the rebound. Pierce pulls it away. Gets her own rebound on the baseline, but can't save it back in before she steps on the baseline and turns it back over to Roseburg. 1-2 at the line. It's a 1-0 lead. Central Catholic in front. They will press. Coach told us about that. Smith gets it into the hands of McClatcher and across to Brooksby. Pass into the corner. Asen dumps underneath. They had McClatcher wide open underneath. Whistle against Central Catholic. Pass didn't quite see her in time. I believe that's Juliana Gordon that's going to get that foul. She does. Fresh 35 shot clock for Roseburg. Inbound goes to Asen. Tries to attack. Back out to Brooksby at the free throw line. McClatcher, right side, pulls it back out. Swing it to the far side. Asen looking underneath. Dribbles away. Montefiore works it to McClatcher on the right side. Roseburg trying to attack against this defense from Central Catholic. A soft pass out to the far side. Brooksby gets it back to McClatcher. Asen comes to get it on the right side. She heaves it across the floor. Montefiore with 6 on the shot clock puts up a shot that was well off the mark. Smith gets the rebound, goes back up, but she won't be able to get it. A clean look at it. That shot got tipped on the outlet up the floor. Knocked away by a Roseburg player who had her back to the throw. Just stuck her hands up to get in the passing lanes, and it works. So Roseburg to take away after the defensive stop by Central Catholic. Entry pass underneath, lost her balance, did Montefiore. Outlet up the floor, and again it's taken away by Roseburg. Central Catholic keeps trying to press it up the floor quickly. Their passes have been off the mark, and Roseburg's been able to get the steal. Out at the top, McClatcher nearly has it poked away, keeps it to Montefiore on the left side. 5:23 to go here in the first quarter. Turnaround jumper for Smith, and Aria gets hit in the act of shooting. They put that one on Paige Pierce, trying to get some of these bigs for Central Catholic, and some early foul trouble would be good. Central Catholic does have a bit of size advantage. Aria Smith, biggest player on the floor for Roseburg, at the free throw line, her first shot off the mark. 1-0 score still here with 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Bank shot will knock it through and tie us up at 1-1. Central Catholic with the basketball and a tie ball game, moving right to left on your radio dial. Holt will hand it off right side to Gordon. She dribbles left hand, left side of the arc, wide open. She didn't want to pull the trigger on a deep three. Bruner drives right side at the elbow, out to Gordon. Her three off the mark. Rebound pulled down by McClatcher. Michaela, the sophomore, into the starting lineup. She's got a couple of boards here early on. Toss it to the left side. Montefiore driving. Scoop shot off the glass, and she banks it through. What a nice attack there for Sydney Montefiore. It's 3-1. Roseburg with their first lead of the night. And the largest lead of the game. Holt pulls up for the long jumper on the three. It's no good. Bruner chases down the long rebound. She'll launch a three. That's off the mark. It's going to miss everything and out of bounds to Roseburg. Central Catholic trying to get their shooting started here early on. Roseburg, a nice attack. Coach talked about missing shots right at the rim the last couple of games. Nice to see Montefiore there get one, but a pass across the floor by McClatcher. Too tall for Montefiore, and it's out of bounds on the far side in front of the student section. Inbound coming for Central Catholic. Rams trailing by 2 midway through this first quarter. Bounce pass into the corner. Gordon out to Bruner. Jab step left. Drives right. Back out to Gordon. Tosses underneath. And it's stripped out of the hands by McClatcher, out of bounds, as Annalise Voika, the junior, had come into the game. She's actually going to head back to the bench. And she stands out. She's a tall frame out there for Central Catholic. But she will head back to the bench after a short stint on the floor. Inbound from the baseline for Jada Jackson, who's checked in. With the basketball, Jasmine Woodward picks it up at the right elbow. A new player into the contest for the Rams. Out to the top, Holt. Right-hand dribble, working against Asen. Pass it away right side for Woodard. She tries to drive in, nearly lost her balance. Throws up a left-hand shot. No. Smith chasing down the rebound. Collides with one of the Central Catholic players, and that was Jada Jackson. And I think they called Jackson for stepping on the baseline. No whistle for a foul. It's Jackson out of bounds. Turns it over. Roseburg will have the basketball, facing the press from Central Catholic. Almost a turnover. Ball tipped in the air, and it's picked off at midcourt by Pierce. At the top, Roseburg trying to collapse on her. She took a hit in the face into the corner. A three is short, and underneath it's Brooksby. The shortest players on the floor for Roseburg have been able to get the rebounds, but Brooksby couldn't hang on to it, had it knocked out of her hands, turns it back over to Central Catholic. Jackson inbounds for the Rams into the corner. Woodard drives in. It's a foul on the floor against Roseburg. This one's going to go against McClatcher again. Aria Smith will get a breather. Into the game for Roseburg is Shaylee Sykes. .320 to play in the first quarter. Inbound goes to Sager. She goes with the turnaround right-handed shot. No, underneath, fight for the rebound. Central Catholic had it, saved back in, out to the top. And that was Jackson, who had the look from right underneath, couldn't get it, but saved it back in to keep the possession for the Rams. Another look at it. They've had the ball down here for a while. Ball tipped away, and it's Asen that comes away with the steal, but Central Catholic got back into the passing lane, knocked it away, and neither team has been able to hang on to the basketball very well so far to start out this one. It's still 3-1, Roseburg in front with 2:57 to go in the first quarter. Substitution coming in for the Rams. That is Theo Bradford, who will get a chance to run out there for Paige Pierce, who gets a breather here in the first quarter. Jada Jackson picked up a foul in the process there on that last loose ball. Third team foul against the Rams. Roseburg again facing the press. They break it into the front court. Comes Brooksby. Lobs it to Sykes, who took a little bit of a stutter step before getting the basketball down in traffic. That's what Central Catholic's defense will do to you. Make it hard to focus on one thing over the other. And Central Catholic turns Roseburg back over, trailing by 2. Pass left side. Bradford looking for cutters to open up for her. Tosses it to Sager at the top. Hands it off to Holt. She sprints to the baseline and launches up a shot. Draws a whistle. With 2:34 to go here in the first quarter, she'll get a 2-shot foul. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for a station identification. We'll get that in right now. This is Roseburg basketball here on The Score. That foul was called on Arlie Asen. At the line, Nyla J. Holt hit the first. Second free throw bounces off, and it's Sykes underneath with the board. But the Indians got to clear the defense from Central Catholic, leading by 1. A screen in the backcourt, gets the ball across for Brooksby, but the pass to Montefiore goes through her hands, and Central Catholic another steal as they get the takeaway. They look to attack, pass underneath, nearly thrown away, but Jackson keeps it in. Her pass back out, though, does go through the hands for Sager. And it's back to Roseburg into the game. Juliana Gordon, the senior, checks in for Jada Jackson. Her fellow classmate, a senior, takes to the bench. 3 players for Central Catholic in the backcourt trying to trap this Roseburg team. Bounce through the defense across to Montefiore. Roseburg has not had a true offensive possession in quite some time. They try to toss it in underneath as cutting through. Sydney Montefiore will draw a whistle. I believe this goes against, Finley Sager, who will draw the foul there. She was holding on to Montefiore as she tried to cut through the defense. McClatcher inbounds from the baseline, needs to find somebody. Her pass is picked off. Asen almost gets it back, and it will be McClatcher that gets it. She'll dribble through and reset for Roseburg. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Montefiore with it right side. 2 good defensive teams so far here tonight. On the right side, Brooksby out to Montefiore. Dribbles left side around a screen from Sykes. Tries to step around the defense. And Sydney Montefiore has the 2 field goals in the game for the entire game. No team has hit another field goal other than Montefiore. Driving up the far side. There's one for Central Catholic. Knocking down the jumper is Theo Bradford from distance. She put that one through. 1:17 to play in the first quarter. It's a 5-4 ball game. Roseburg in front. They trap in the front court. McClatcher gets it away to Montefiore. Pass left side, looking for the underneath, and that is Arlie Asen. And Asen with the floater puts Roseburg back up by 3, their largest lead of the ball game. Up the floor, Woodard on the right side, marked by Brooksby. Tough pass on the sideline, tipped out by Brooksby. 53.4 seconds to go in the opening period. Into the game comes Ella Barron for the first time. Finley Sager will head to the bench. From the far corner, Holt looking, toss into the corner for Gordon, back out to the top. Left side, Barron drifts to the left, pass into the middle. That shot up by Bradford. No, and a rebound underneath by Sykes. And Roseburg gets the stop, leading by 3. Final 37 seconds of the first quarter. It's about a 11-second difference. Shot clock. Gamecock throw up the shot, and it's short, but a foul called against Central Catholic as Michaela McClatcher driving to the rim. No, excuse me, Brooksby is the shooter. Brooksby grabbing her nose. She might have gotten hit in the face there. She'll get to the free throw line for a chance at 2. First one is off the mark. Jada Jackson will check into the game. That foul was called against Juliana Gordon, and she gets a breather with the 2 fouls here in the first quarter. Second free throw off the mark for Brooksby. Empty trip to the line. Still a 3-point lead for Roseburg. Central Catholic on the right side. Jackson weaves it around to the top. Pass it away for Bradford. Out for a long 2. And that one buries through for Ella Barron. Back to a 1-point ball game. 10 seconds to go. Roseburg trying to avoid the pressure from Central Catholic, tipped out by Barron. It'll be on the near sideline in front of the scorer's table for Roseburg to inbound with 8.1 seconds. They'll run their inbound play. Coach Dickerson calling no fouls. Lob into the corner for Brooksby. Turns, attacks, pass tipped up. Taken away by Central Catholic. Up the floor for Holt. It's taken away by McClatcher. And with no time on the clock, she won't get a chance to turn and heave. End of one. It's 7-6. Roseburg in front of Central Catholic. We'll take a quick timeout. A 1-minute break here on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Back to start the second quarter here on the score. It's Roseburg leading 7-6 against Central Catholic. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Indians lead by 1 with the basketball to start the second quarter, nearly taken away. Smith, Aria will get a shot from the free throw line, just hits the front of the iron, and down with the rebound is Central Catholic. Up the floor, Nyla J. Holt driving right side. She got an open lane and looked to take it. Exploded right to the rim and draws a whistle on Aria Smith. Smith will pick up her first. And it sends Nyla J. Holt to the free throw line, where she is 1 of 2 so far tonight. First one rattles in. Ties us up at 7-all. Leading scorer in the game was Sydney Monteferian with 4 points in that first quarter. Second free throw halfway down, spits back out, tipped out to Roseburg. So 1 out of 2 again for Holt at the free throw line. She's got 2 points in the ball game. Roseburg working against this full court press. Tried to pass through the middle. It's tipped to Brooksby. She'll get it to McClatcher. And it's a 10-second count. So the defense for Central Catholic able to trap Roseburg in the backcourt. Almost got it across in time. 7:23 here in this second quarter. Driving to the free throw line, Bradford. Back out to Woodard. For a long three now is Jackson. Her shot, long rebound into the corner. Roseburg trying to trap Woodard. She passes it down to the blocks. It's tipped away, but she gets the loose ball underneath. Her shot off the mark, redirected it looked like, and with the rebound was Sydney Monteferian, and she draws a whistle. So Sid will get Central Catholic to commit their first foul of the second quarter. And that one goes against Woodard. Central Catholic is pretty deep on their bench. They bring in quite a few players. Roseburg's got to find a way to get it across the timeline. Monteferian will just in time for the 10-second count. Into the corner, double team. She fights through it. Pass knocked away. Loose ball. Monteferian on top of it. And it's going to be a jump ball, and it'll be Central Catholic basketball. Tied at 7 with 6:43 to go here in the second quarter. Low scoring first half so far. Roseburg led it 7-6 at the end of one. We are a minute and a half just about ticked away here in this second quarter. A three by Central Catholic off the mark for Bradford. Rebound pulled down by Woodard. She goes right down the middle of the lane And a whistle. Roseburg had 3 players collapsing on her. And this one goes against Aria Smith, who will pick up her second quickly here in the second quarter. In for Central Catholic will be senior Morgan Bruner. Checks in for Bradford. The sophomore heads to the bench. Inbound from the baseline, Jackson looking, toss out to the top for Woodard. She'll pull the trigger on the 3. It's off the right iron, slapped into the corner, saved back in, no. Stepped on the sideline. Jackson couldn't keep it in bounds for the Rams. Roseburg basketball in the far corner. Back into the game for Central Catholic, Juliana Gordon with her 2 fouls. And that'll send Jasmine Woodard to the bench. Pass through the middle of the defense, up the floor, McClatcher, then a reach-in foul called on Gordon. She was in for all of 6 seconds, and she picks up her 3rd foul here in the first half. So I'd imagine to the bench will go Juliana Gordon, and into the game comes Annalise Voika, the junior. Micaiah McClatcher gets a chance to check into this ball game. Tried to do the step-around move. Sydney Montefiore had her shot blocked. A whistle. It'll be Roseburg basketball. They call the foul against Ella Barron. That is her first. 3rd team foul against Central Catholic. It'll be Micaiah McClatcher, who has come into the game for the first time, to inbound for Roseburg. Pass underneath. The shot got tipped for Montefiore, but high off the glass. It softly hits and drops right through the net. 6 points in the game for Montefiore. Roseburg back in front by 2, 9-7. Underneath, shot miss. Offensive board for Central Catholic. Rebound tipped out of bounds to the Rams. Couple of looks right underneath. They could not hit. 5:54 to go. First half. Lob out to the top for Holt. Working against Micaiah McClatcher. Driving right side into the body. Threw up a shot, did Holt. Rebound pulled down by Bruner. Excuse me, that was Barron on the rebound. And they call it jump ball. Arrow will go to Roseburg. Roseburg aggressive to try and get hands in there for the jump ball call. Ella Barron was doing everything she could to try and keep the defense off her and clear the basketball, but she got tied up. And we'll head to the bench. Is back into the game for Central Catholic is Paige Pierce. Trying to weave through the defense here, Roseburg. Clock running down, 2 seconds. They got to get it up the floor. And there's the 5-second count. Micaiah McClatcher tried to race across the half-court stripe and just couldn't get there in time. So a 10-second count again, that full court man-to-man press from Central Catholic. Coach Chad Smith telling us in the pregame it was going to be an issue, and it has been a bug, a pester for Roseburg here tonight. Out at the top with it, Jackson drives left side, got free, but too strong with the lay-in underneath. The rebound for Central Catholic, a jump ball, and this will go back to the Rams. Getting in there, Micaiah McClatcher ties up. That was Paige Pierce, the junior, got tied up underneath. They both went to the floor, grasping and hugging onto the basketball. Looking to inbound, Jackson goes right in the middle. Pass goes off the hands of Voika's, or off the fingertips of Voika's hands. Loose ball was kept by Central Catholic, and Pierce just tried to throw the ball off of Aria Smith and then gets called for a travel. So Roseburg not letting the defense from Central Catholic that has stifled them offensively slow them down defensively. Roseburg's defense has been playing tough again. Trap in the front court. Montefiore's pass taken away by Holt. Holt too strong with the lay-in. Voika with the rebound. Shot blocked by Michaela McClatcher. That was a shot by Bruner as she was starting to go up. McClatcher came out of nowhere, but now the ball taken away in the backcourt by Central Catholic, and a whistle stopping the play. timeout taken by Roseburg. We're going to take it as well, a full 60-second timeout for the Indians. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout, and we'll come right back here to Roseburg High School, where the Indians lead 9-7 on top of Central Catholic on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, Roseburg basketball for you tonight here on the Score. It's brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Here with 4:49 to go in the first half, it's 9-7. Roseburg in front of Central Catholic. It is Micaiah McClatcher that'll inbound for Roseburg out of the timeout. Brooksby gets it on the right side, double team, pass through it to McClatcher. She drives in and she gets the lay-in, banks it through. And Roseburg's up by 4, their largest lead of the game. With it left side, Brunner, her runner across the lane is no good, but she draws the whistle and get a chance to go to the free throw line. For those that are watching on our video stream, I am just updating the number of timeouts left for Roseburg. They haven't just called one, so just catching up. Always forget to hit that button. At the free throw line, this is Morgan Brunner. And she misses the front end of her free throw. Right now, the free throw line could be the friend for Central Catholic, but that is the 4th missed free throw on 7 attempts so far. Second one rattles out, rebound underneath. Voika, her shot no, and then the rebound is pulled down by Asen. So it stays a 4-point lead for Roseburg. Michaela McClatcher to Micaiah, looking for the cutter. That ball off the leg of a defender, not a kick. McClatcher's going to drive, scoop shot, and it's a 2-shot foul. She went into the chest of, that might have been, no, they put it on Woodard. I thought it might have been Nyla J. Holt, but they give that one to Woodard. And that is the second for Woodard here in the second quarter. Shiley Sykes will check in for Aria Smith. First free throw for McClatcher didn't go. Second free throw coming up here could stretch it to a 5-point lead. McClatcher's second free throw did not hit the iron. 0 for 2 at the line there for McClatcher. 4-point lead for Roseburg, nearing the midway point of this second quarter. To the right side, handoff. Woodard, left-hand dribble to the top, picks up at the elbow, out to Brunner. She drives right side of the lane, off the backboard, too strong, underneath the offensive board, drawing the foul for Theo Bradford. She gets a trip to the free throw line. Call that foul on Shaylee Sykes, her first. Central Catholic with 5 team fouls, Roseburg with 4. Good looking free throw shot there out of Theo Bradford, sinks the first. Second free throw for the right-hander, lengthy right-hander. She nails them both. Best looking trip to the free throw line for either team here tonight. Cuts it to a 2-point game. Asen gets it to Sykes, to McClatcher. Picked up the dribble, gets it to Sykes, got to get it across the timeline. Michaela McClatcher will. Spin move, drives left to the lane to Asen. Micaiah McClatcher gets it at the top. Gets the ball to Brooksby. She drives underneath and an awkward angle, but she gets the teardrop to fall. That's Bridget Brooksby. She's got 2 points in the ball game. Back to a 4-point game for Roseburg. Driving right side, got tied up. Jump ball called as Michaela McClatcher got her hands in to tie up things with Theo Bradford, and the arrow gives it to Roseburg. 3:29 to go second quarter. Asen bounces it to Brooksby. She's going to sprint up, weaving through the defense, but lost the ball. Pass out up the floor, saved back in, and McClatcher's going to get it as the ball saved in by Voika. Micaiah on the right side with it, working at the wing against Holt. Crossover will get it to her younger sister, Michaela. Michaela bounce to the middle. Brooksby, step back, will draw it back out. 20 seconds on the clock. Her pass to Michaela is taken away by Holt. Up the floor, right side, Voika attacks, lost the basketball. It'll stay with the Rams, poked out by Brooksby. Sydney Montefiore will come into the game for Roseburg. Bridget Brooksby gets a breather. Heading to the bench, Bradford and Bruner will get a breather for Central Catholic. Out at the top, driving left side, Nyla J. Holt had it poked out of her hands by Sykes. The loose ball underneath was collected by Woodard. Then she got tied up. Another jump ball. We've had quite a few of those here in this first half. Another jump ball, this time the possession arrow for the Rams. Inbound from the baseline. Aria Smith checks back into the game for Roseburg. Turnaround shot, no good. Sykes underneath, rips down the board. Her third in the first half. 2:40 to play. Right side, a bit of a too hard of a dribble there for Michaela McClatcher. Gets it to Montefiore, drives baseline, got bumped, and we're into the bonus. So that'll be a two-shot foul. Two-shot foul for Sydney Montefiore, who will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight with 6 points in the contest for Roseburg. Tribe up by 4. First free throw is off the left iron for Montefiore. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Second free throw for Montefiore, deep squat, and releases that ball halfway down, and it spits back out of the cylinder. Central Catholic with it, up the floor quickly on their break. Woodard back out, a deep three from Voika, off the left iron, and fight for the board. Asen couldn't block out against Holt. She gets the board and the bucket. Put back bucket there for Central Catholic, makes it a 2-point game, 13-11. Down to about 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Up the floor to Michaela McClatcher. She'll cut to the middle of the defense. Bounce pass to Smith on the baseline. Montefiore gets it, hands it back to Michaela. Got to get rid of it as she picked up her dribble, looking to launch for a shot. Tried to get it to Sykes. It's taken away by Jackson. Jada Jackson up the floor, one-on-one against Montefiore. Steps around her to tie it up at 13 all. Minute 42 to go here in the first half, and Central Catholic coming on. They've tied it back up. Asen gets it. Should have been a travel call. Instead, it's taken away, and Central Catholic a breakaway lay-in for Jada Jackson, and she will give Central Catholic a quick 6-0 run to put them on top, 15-13. A timeout taken down on the floor. We're going to take one as well. A final 30-second break here in the first half. This is Roseburg basketball trailing 15-13 against Central Catholic here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Roseburg High School, where the Indians are now trailing by 2. Largest lead of the night for Central Catholic. And Roseburg will have the basketball out of the timeout. Inbound from their baseline, a minute 27 to go. Pass up the floor. Into the game comes Emily Morello for the first time. She'd been dealing with a bit of an illness, and so has been out of school for a couple of days, and they didn't necessarily think they were going to need her, but she gets a chance to play here tonight. Her pass was a bit too tall for Micaiah McClatcher, and so a turnover by Roseburg. 1:13 to go. 2-point lead for the Rams. Driving right side, Jada Jackson with the push shot drops in. And this is now an 8-0 run for Central Catholic. They lead it by 4, their largest lead of the night. Micaiah, one-on-one, will bring it into the front court. She lost the basketball. It was getting close to a 10-second count anyways. Turns it over. Woodward with the pass. Jackson with the pass. Finds Holt for 2. And this is a run right here for Central Catholic. They're on top by 6. That's a 10-0 run. Asen with it. Gets it to Smith. Her shot was blocked, and a whistle will send Aria Smith to the free throw line.
To the line, Aria Smith.
So Aria Smith will get a chance to try and stop this run. First free throw is no good. 19-13 score. Second free throw here for Smith. And also off the mark. Rebound down to Central Catholic. Pass up the floor. Taken away by Micaiah. 20 seconds to go in the first half. Roseburg hoping to try and get some points before this one ends here in the first half and stop this run by the Rams. Asen gets it on the far side, picks up the dribble, needs some help. Montefiore with it. 9 seconds to go. Around a screen, right side. Tries to get the scoop shot underneath, taken down by Barron. 1 second from just across half court. The shot off the mark, and we go to the halftime break with Central Catholic leading 19-13. A 10-0 run there at the end of the first half for Central Catholic will give them the 6-point lead going to the halftime break. We'll come back. We'll take a look at first half numbers for both teams here in just a moment, so stay with us. At the halftime break, Central Catholic leading in a road non-league matchup against the Roseburg Indians, 19-13. Back after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Roseburg High School for your halftime show. At the break, it's Central Catholic 19, and Roseburg 13. I'm Joey Keyran with you here on this Friday night. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in and joining us, whether you're tuning in on the radio or maybe listening online, or if you have caught the action with us here on our video stream at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. The video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Well, here at the break, a late rally there for Central Catholic. They go on a 10-0 run to finish out the first half, and they would explode for a 19-13 lead here at the break. Roseburg led it 7-6 at the end of the first quarter and led by as many as 4 in that second quarter, but that flurry of scores by Central Catholic was able to get the Rams in front. They had a 1-point lead in the first quarter, but then Roseburg led much of the game until that late flurry there by the Rams, and they would go out to lead, in this 6-point lead here at the moment is their largest lead of the ball game. Neither team with a three-pointer made in the first half. At the free throw line in the first half, Roseburg went 1 of 10 at the free throw stripe, while Central Catholic was 5 of 9. We'll take a look at individual numbers when we come back. We're going to go ahead and use another 2-minute timeout. And when we come back, we'll get a chance to take a look at those individual numbers here from the first half. Don't forget, coming up in the postgame show, we will take a look at all of the numbers and how things played out here tonight and name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Pizza, the way it ought to be, that's Mountain Mike's. Also, stick around for the postgame show. We'll take a look at your rebound leader tonight and name the Colorcraft In the Paint rebound leader, awarding a $10 gift card to Java Run to tonight's In the Paint rebound leader. We'll take that 2-minute timeout, come back and look at individual statistics for you here tonight as we bring you Roseburg girls basketball on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Here at the break, a 6-point lead for the visiting Central Catholic Rams. Tonight's game brought to you by our friends at Flyaway Travel. When you get ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Flyaway Travel and make sure that you have an agent in your corner during these complicated travel times. Call Flyaway at 672-5701. I'll take a look at the visiting scoring for the Central Catholic Rams. Leading scorer in the ballgame with 8 points is Nyla J. Holt. She leads the way for the Central Catholic Rams. She's coming off of scoring 8 points in that loss to Rex Putnam in their last game, so she's hit that mark again here this season. Also for the Rams tonight, 4 points for Jada Jackson, 4 points for Theo Bradford. 2 points in the game for Ella Barron and 1 point in the game for Paige Pierce. On the other side for Roseburg, 6 points in the first half for Sydney Montefiore, leading scorer for Roseburg. Then you've got 2 points in the game for Micaiah McClatcher, 2 for Arlie Asen, 2 points for Bridget Brooksby, and 1 point in the game for Aria Smith. We've been keeping track of rebounds for Roseburg here in this first half. Leading the way unofficially by my tally was Shaylee Sykes, who had 3 rebounds in the first half of the contest. Unofficially on fouls, I do my best to try and keep them, but there is the possibility that maybe I might have missed one in there. For Roseburg, Michaela McClatcher and Aria Smith with 2 fouls each. They're the only ones that are kind of close to foul trouble. In the first half for Central Catholic, I got 3 fouls down for Juliana Gordon, so that puts her in foul trouble. 2 fouls for Jasmine Woodard. And those are the 2 players that might be in a little bit of foul trouble as we start this second half of tonight's ball game. At the break, it is a 6-point ball game in favor of the visiting Central Catholic Rams. Good showing here on this Friday night for the fan sections. Student sections over there for the Roseburg Indians, looking pretty, I think some folks trickled out there at halftime, but they had a good little chunk of fans over there that direction. Some of the members of the boys basketball team here rooting on the girls basketball team, and plenty of fans from both sides, including Central Catholic, which sent down a good handful of fans on making the long trek down from the Portland metropolitan area. Getting ready to get the second half started here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. And don't forget, coming up next for the Roseburg girls, they will be getting ready for a home game against South Salem next Tuesday for their next contest after tonight's matchup against the Central Catholic Rams. Our next broadcast of high school sports for you here on The Score is going to be next Tuesday when Roseburg travels to Crater for a road game against the Comets. We'll have that one for you starting with pregame at 6:30 here on The Score, and tip-off for the Roseburg boys at 6:45. All right, getting ready for the second half of our contest tonight. Roseburg will start with the basketball. Moving right to left on your radio dial. Open look at a 3 from the corner for Montefiore. Too strong, back iron underneath. Board pulled down by Voika. Good look to start out the second half for Roseburg. Couldn't cash it in. Voika right side, drives from the wing. Handed off. Holt driving. She reverts back out. At the top, Jada Jackson drives left side. Got it stripped out of her hands, but does draw a whistle. And Jada Jackson will get the first foul against Roseburg here in the second half. And she gets the Roseburg player. I heard public address announcer Kenny Sherman say the 3rd foul. They haven't put a number up on the board for me to confirm who it was. First free throw was no good for Jada Jackson. That was on Michaela McClatcher. What I was thinking. Second free throw goes through for Jackson. 7-point ball game. Central Catholic in front. They continue to press. Montefiore bounces it up to Brooksby, but it's taken away. Pass through the lane. Holt, open look, and she makes it off the glass. The run continues here for Central Catholic. Left side, Asen gets it into the middle for Michaela McClatcher. 2-on-1, makes the extra pass to Smith. She can't get it to fall. Fight for it underneath. Rebound is loose, and McClatcher's going to be the one that comes away with it. Now the fight for the basketball again, and the ball loose, tossed right to Voika. Central Catholic will come away with it. On the right side, Holt gets it to Voika. Back to Holt on the right wing. Working against Asen. One dribble out to the top. Quick first step. Left side for Jackson. Dishes it late. Ends up on the ground. A 3 from the left side off the mark for Woodard. Offensive board for Central Catholic. Spin move. Kick into the corner. Voika, a 3. It's too strong. Underneath is Aria Smith for the defensive rebound and then draws a foul. That'll be the second foul on Paige Pierce, the junior. Roseburg will get the basketball, full length of the floor to go here. Montefiore working one-on-one against Holt. Lobs up the floor to Smith, and Roseburg will have it in the front court. Smith, a no-look pass to Asen. Back to Smith, who gives it off to Montefiore on the right wing. Michaela McClatcher comes to get it. You've got Brooksby, McClatcher, Montefiore, Aria Smith, and Arlie Asen on the floor, starting 5 for Roseburg. Left side, Asen with it. Down to 8 seconds on the clock. Michaela McClatcher gets an open look at a 3. It's short. Offensive board for Aria Smith. She's looking to go right back up with it, and she does. Aria Smith, offensive board and the putback, gets Roseburg back within 7. Crossover, got free, Jada Jackson. That was pretty. And it's back out to a 9-point game, 24-15. Central Catholic just makes you expend so much energy with their defense, and there's another tip pass up the floor to Jackson. She's going to attack right in to Montefiore, who gets whistled for the foul. This unrelenting defense from Central Catholic just starting to wear down this Roseburg team. 5:32 to go in the third quarter. At the free throw line will be Jada Jackson after the foul on Montefiore for her first. The free throw shot is good. Makes it a 10-point game. Headed to the bench will go Paige Pierce. Into the contest comes Theo Bradford. Just a deep roster for Central Catholic. They're able to kind of put in the fresh legs. Second free throw no good for Jackson. Rebound came down to Roseburg. Brooksby with it, and she draws a whistle. They call the foul against Jada Jackson, her second. She's been big off the bench for Central Catholic. She's been providing a ton of defensive pressure. Roseburg basketball, trailing by 10, largest deficit. A corner 3 for Montefiore is good. First 3 of the night for either team. And it gets it back to a 7-point ball game. Roseburg looking to go on a run. Woodard hands it off to Jackson in the middle. Defense collapse, her pass into the corner. Nearly off the mark. Voika got it, send it out to Woodward. Her pass almost off the mark, but Woodard's shot is missed. Rebound for Voika, and she gets the putback bucket. 9-point game. 27-18. Across the timeline for Micaiah McClatcher, who's come into the game. Brooksby gets it right side. Lobs a pass to Michaela. Michaela tries to drive in. 4 defenders on her. Found Micaiah underneath open, but she just got a little off balance. Couldn't get the shot to fall. And a timeout taken by Central Catholic. The Rams will take a breather here with 4:32 to go in the third quarter. Let's use a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Third quarter action here from Roseburg High School at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. A 9-point lead for Central Catholic. They've got the basketball out of their timeout. Voika right side to Holt. Holt drives left, pass it away in the middle of the floor. And it's taken away by Brooksby. She gets the steal, going the opposite direction, and she lays it in. Bridget Brooksby with a big steal and a finish. And that gets Roseburg back within 7 again. Jackson driving in, the runner, no, underneath the rebound, tipped out. Roseburg basketball. The Indians come up with a big stop there after the steal and looking to try and capitalize. If they can make a bucket here, could make it a 2-possession game. They will face the pressure from Central Catholic. Asen tosses it up the floor to McClatcher. Michaela lost the defender, lays it in from the left side. And a quick run here by Roseburg makes it a 5-point ball game, 27-22. Right side, Bradford attacking, right elbow out to the top. And Asen almost tried to get the hand in for the steal. She's going to get whistled for the foul. I have it down for her second. Checking out of the game will be Jasmine Woodard. Juliana Gordon with her 3 fouls gets into the game for the first time. Emily Morello will check in for Roseburg, giving Bridget Brooksby a breather. And also into the game for Theo Bradford came Morgan Bruner. Rams basketball, 3:32 to go in the third quarter. Voika with it in the corner, dribbles it out with the right hand. The lengthy junior gives it away to Jackson. She mishandled it, gets it away. 20 seconds on the clock. They got her to shoot. The student section was counting down the shot clock well before it needed to be, and they got Morgan Bruner to get the shot up, and it was an air ball. Turnover to Roseburg. Now can the Indians capitalize? Morello fires one left side to Micaiah. She dribbles to the top. Emily pass it away to Sid, right side. Montefiore driving. The runner off the mark, loose ball. Bruner will collect it eventually. Roseburg had their chance, couldn't get the shot. Ball up the floor, nearly across the sideline. Voika underneath, pass tipped into the corner. Step back 3 for Jackson. Ooh, nothing but cotton. Back to a 7-point ball game. Excuse me, that was a 3-point shot. First 3 of the night for the Rams makes it an 8-point ball game. And Roseburg trying to get across the timeline. Bounce pass by Morello off the mark, and it's a turnover back to the Rams. Roseburg just got to keep trying to get fresh legs out there. A lot of exhausted looks on the faces of the Roseburg girls having to work against this exhausting defense from Central Catholic. But they've been staying with it, keeping it within reach. Down by 8 right now. Out at the top, pass away by Woodard. Jackson into the corner on the far side. Voika. Excuse me, that was not Voika. That was Woodard who was driving in. Loose ball, and it's a tie-up jump ball. The possession arrow will favor Central Catholic. So an inbound from the far sideline for the Rams. Out close to midcourt. Jackson will have the basketball. Coming to get it on the inbound pass will be Holt. Holt in double figures with 10. Pass it to Woodard at the free throw line. Out to Jackson for another 3. And Jada Jackson having a big performance off the bench. She stretches it to the largest lead at 11. Brooksby, right side. Bounce pass, baseline to Morello. Good pass, but it was too strong. Morello couldn't handle it. Taken away by Bruner, who travels. And Roseburg will get a break, have it on their own side of the floor underneath their basket with 1:36 to go in the third quarter. Micaiah will inbound. Gets it into Brooksby. That pass tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Roseburg. Ella Barron checks in for the Rams. Bruner will head to the bench. Micaiah again inbounding, initiates from the baseline into the corner for Brooksby. She'll dribble out to the top, the free throw line. Her pass, though, knocked away. Up the floor, race to get to it. Montefiore's just going to let it go out of bounds instead of trying to grab it. And that might work in their favor. She would have had a defender all over her and might have been forced into a turnover. Lets it go out of bounds. Roseburg will get to try and set up their full court press attack. Morello bounces it back to Micaiah. Down to 2 seconds. Gets it across the timeline. They try to trap in the front court, loose ball, fight for it on the ground. Another jump ball called. It will stay with Roseburg. Two scrappy defenses out there. I don't think I've seen so many jump balls called in a game. Inbound on the far side in front of the student section for Micaiah. Into the corner for Sid. Montefiore back to the basket, turns, tries to attack. She'll lob up the runner, and Sydney Montefiore, her first points since early in the second quarter. Gets Roseburg back within 9. Lob underneath, wide open look. Can't get it to fall. Barron, and it's McClatcher that comes away with the rebound. Micaiah makes it a one-possession trip down the floor for Central Catholic. 43 seconds to go, third quarter. Left side, Micaiah had some space, doesn't pull the trigger on a three. Driving right side, Montefiore, scoop shot! Can't get it to fall, but she'll head to the line for 2. Sid Montefiore almost got that scoop shot to fall. It danced on the iron before it fell off on the left side. And that foul will be called against Holt, who picks up her third. So Montefiore goes to the free throw line. It's a 2-shot foul for her. They're all 2-shot fouls. If somebody's at the free throw line, the only time it's a 1-shot if it's an and one. Montefiore will get her first free throw to drop in. Second one coming. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Second free throw doesn't fall. Jackson brings it up for Central Catholic. Right side, Woodard. Pump fake, drives baseline. Brooksby reaching, trying to knock it away. They toss out to the top. Left side, a three for Jackson. No. And Brooksby picks up the rebound. And now a whistle. Brooksby got the pass away with defensive pressure all over her. She was able to get the pass away to Montefiore, and Montefiore gets hit from the backside. A foul on Barron. Montefiore will get a breather as Michaela McClatcher will check back in. Coach Chad Smith trying to rotate players to keep them fresh as best as possible. Brooksby in the backcourt, dribbling away from pressure, lob it up to Morello into the front court. 9 seconds to go. Michaela to the right side. Brooksby, 5 seconds. Got around the defense. Her runner will fall. Brooksby with 2, and that'll end the third quarter. And we will head to the final period, a 6-point ball game. Roseburg battles their way back to make it a 2-possession game. We take a 60-second timeout. Come back with the fourth quarter here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Start of the fourth quarter here from Roseburg High. It'll be Central Catholic basketball to start things out. They lead by 6. Shot, no good. Long rebound out to the far side, picked up by Michaela McClatcher. And Roseburg will get a stop to open things up in the fourth quarter. But on the other side, the defensive pressure knocks the ball loose. Fight for it, scrap on the ground, jump ball, and it goes to Roseburg. The possession arrow getting a workout tonight. George Decker running that. His finger might start getting tired soon. Switching that back and forth. 33-27 as we start the fourth quarter. Inbound goes to Brooksby on the far side. Got bumped, lost it out of bounds. No whistle for a foul. Turnover by Roseburg. You've got Aria Smith, Michaela McClatcher, Micaiah McClatcher, Bridget Brooksby, and Emily Morello out on the floor for Roseburg to start the fourth quarter. In the corner, Juliana Gordon for Central Catholic out there. Woodard out will have the basketball, drives right side, trying to split the defense, forces up a shot, no, but Smith can't hang on to the rebound, and it stays with the Rams. Far side, Bruner dribbles to the left elbow, kicks back out to Gordon. Holt gets it on the left corner. Dribbles out to the top, Woodard with it, down to 21 seconds on the clock for the shot clock. A jumper from three, no, in the middle, Morello gets the rebound. Roseburg with the basketball into the front court goes Michaela. Gets it to Micaiah. The McClatcher sisters out there, lob across the floor to Brooksby. Into the middle for Smith. She tried to pass it back out to the top, and the pass does find its mark to Michaela. Push pass out to the far side for Micaiah, drives in. Bounce pass on the baseline, taken away by Jackson. She'll race up the floor, weaves through the defense, tries to step around Aria Smith. No, and it's Michaela with the rebound. McClatcher into the front court, back and forth. 6-point ball game. Brooksby on the right side, gets it to McClatcher at the top. Micaiah dribbles to the left side of the floor. They swing it to Morello, bounce it underneath. Brooksby sends it back to the top. Michaela on the right side, bounce it to Morello, working the right blocks to the free throw line. 10 seconds to shoot. Driving through, Brooksby gives it back up to Smith. McClatcher with it, 3 seconds to go. Brooksby's got to put up a shot. She will before the horn. It hits the front of the iron, and the rebound comes out. It's picked up by Central Catholic, up the floor to Bruner, and she gets an easy breakaway lay-in. Back to an 8-point ball game. It's been as much as an 11-point game for Central Catholic, and there's a whistle as Central Catholic gets called for reaching in against Michaela McClatcher. Annalise Voika will check back into the game for Jasmine Woodard. Arlie Asen is going to get an opportunity to come in, and it looks like we may have a player foul out. Nope. They were trying to say 5 team fouls. It's a new quarter, so that resets. Inbound for Roseburg. Ball got knocked away by a player's foot. Loose ball picked up by Voika, and Central Catholic will have it. Holt running the point, sends it to the left side through the hands of Bruner, but she keeps it inbounds. Gordon looks underneath, fires it down to Holt. Back out to Bruner for a corner three. No. Rebound pulled in by Michaela. She's having a nice night on the glass. She's going to try and work it up the floor against Holt. Goes right into her. Spin move. She's got her all over her. Handed off to Micaiah. Micaiah drives in, burst to the rim, but her lay-in was short. And a travel call on the breakaway the other direction. Jackson with it gets called for a travel. Timeout taken by Central Catholic. That will be their second here in the contest. They'll have 3 more as we'll go ahead and take a 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Fourth quarter action here from Roseburg High. Tonight's game brought to you by More Well Drilling, specializing in residential well drilling and available for commercial projects too. Call 541-580-5660 for a free estimate. Roseburg trailing by 8 with 5 minutes to play. Indians basketball. Inbound goes to Montefiore. She knocks it off the glass and through. Sid Montefiore having a nice night here tonight. She came in averaging 8.3 points per game. She's into double figures with 14. Driving left side is Jackson. The runner off the mark. Asen down with the board. Roseburg out the miss and the rebound, able to get down the floor and not face too much pressure in the backcourt by Central Catholic. Montefiore, double team, will pass it away, left side. Look for Asen open on the baseline. Double team comes to her, tried to pass it away. It's taken by Voika. One-on-one against Smith, and Smith going to get whistled for the foul as Voika went into the padding on the baseline. She gets up quickly. Aria Smith will pick up her third and send Annalise Voika to the free throw line for the junior. She's got 2 points here in this second half. First free throw coming up. Ooh, took a journey on the rim. That journey did not go through the net. Stays a 6-point ball game, 35-29. Tonight's game also brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Another free throw here for Voika. She spins it, gets ready for the right-handed shot. That one a lot less eventful, right through the nylon. So 1 out of 2 for Voika. 7-point game, 36-29. McClatcher, left side to Montefiore in the corner, double team. Out to McClatcher, back to Montefiore. They try to trap in the corner, pass out, and a reach-in foul on Gordon. That'll be the 4th by my count on Gordon. Inbound, ball tipped out. Oh. Delay of game warning on Central Catholic. .407 left here in this fourth quarter. McClatcher, couple of pump fakes, bounces it to Montefiore on the left wing. Out to Brooksby, gets it to Asen. Back to Brooksby. She's going to attack right side, steps it back out. Looking for help underneath, can't get it to Smith as they double team her. Asen got free, makes the extra pass. She needed to just attack, but she made the pass to Brooksby, who held onto it in the middle. Smith got mugged with 3 different players around her. Her shot off the mark, but offensive board for Roseburg. McClatcher down with it. Montefiore out at the top. Back to McClatcher. A 3 from the right side. Bit too strong. Asen with the offensive putback. No good. Underneath, loose ball, and it's picked up by Central Catholic. Far side. Bruner gets an open look at a corner 3. Hits the side of the backboard, and it comes down to McClatcher. Now they've got her tied up underneath. Loose ball is taken away. And a timeout taken for Central Catholic. Roseburg had the stop, couldn't hang on to the basketball as Central Catholic there just absolutely hounding the Roseburg. That was Michaela McClatcher that had that rebound, and she just could not get any space to breathe underneath after that rebound. Big night on the glass for Michaela McClatcher, the sophomore. I've got her down for 7 rebounds in this one. Hasn't scored, but she's been doing a nice job handling the basketball, distributing, and doing a nice job on the glass. That timeout taken by Central Catholic. They'll have 2 left. Roseburg's got 3. It's 36-29 with 3:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. Nyla J. Holt heads over to the far side of the floor to inbound. Bounces it in to Woodard. Woodard with it out between the circles. Fires it left side to Holt. Tosses it out to the top. They whip it to the right side. Attacking is Jackson. Pass out to the far side to Holt. Holt into the lane. Out to the top to Bruner. 18 seconds on the clock. Woodard with it. Right wing. Into the corner for Voika. Back out to Holt. 10 seconds to go on the clock. Holt dribbles back and forth into the lane. The runner, too strong, ended up on the ground, and she's the one that ends up with the rebound and a jump ball called. It will stay with Central Catholic. Bruner will check out of the game as Gordon comes back in with her 4 fouls. It'll be Jackson to inbound from the baseline. There's 3 seconds left on the shot clock after that miss that hit all glass for Nyla J. Holt. She gets the inbound pass, throws it up. It doesn't get the rim, and it's a shot clock violation as it hit all glass. And it will be Roseburg basketball. Roseburg will face the full court press from Central Catholic. Brooksby's going to try to break it into the front court. Gets it away to Montefiore. On the left side, Sid fires to Asen in the left corner. Arley will bring it out to the top. Dribble to the right side for Montefiore. An open look at a three for McClatcher, and she spins it through. Michaela McClatcher, a big moment to get her first points of the night. Makes it a 4-point game with 2:06 to go. Right side, Voika. Spin to her right, driving in. Ooh, knocked away by Brooksby, but gets whistled for the reach-in. Bridget Brooksby whistled for the foul. That'll be the second on Roseburg here in this fourth quarter. They'll inbound from the baseline. Holt gets it into Jackson in the right corner. She's going to drive baseline against Asen. Out to the top for Woodard. To the left side, Gordon comes to get it. Working against Brooksby, got her crossed up. Drive in, the scoop shot doesn't go. Underneath the rebound, pulled in by Woodard, a wrestle match. Woodard didn't mean to try and kind of throw off Bridget Brooksby, who got in there. And the whistle, it's going to go to Roseburg. I don't know I think it was a jump ball. Yes, another jump ball called. So Roseburg gets it off that, not a foul there. Asen gets the inbound, tried to feed it to Brooksby. It's taken away by Jackson, who finishes with the left hand. Back to a 6-point game. Brooksby to McClatcher, up the floor to Sid, into the front court. Sid attacks from the right side, too strong, loose ball. Smith with the putback. Aria gets the offensive board and the two. It's back to a 4-point game, 1:19 to play. Out at the top with it, Woodard to Holt. To the left side, Jackson. She's had a big second half. Hands it off to Voika. Gordon to the free throw line, driving in. Got hit by Montefiore, loose ball. Fight for it underneath. And another jump ball called. It's going to go to Central Catholic. Roseburg coach Chad Smith looking for a timeout here. He will take one with 58.2 seconds to play in the contest. 30-second timeout for Coach Chad Smith. We're going to keep it right here and let you know tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Make sure you stick around in the postgame show with us. We will have your game recap and name your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for tonight's contest. Good one here breaking out between Roseburg and Central Catholic. A 4-point game, 38-34. And we will see how this one finishes out for us here tonight. For Roseburg, 34 points here tonight. Their second most points scored on the season. They are well below their season high of 43 at the moment. 38 points allowed is a season high as well for Roseburg. Inbound from the baseline for Central Catholic. Feed it underneath the Pierce. She wants to work the blocks. Her shot was too short with defense right in her face, and it hit the baseline as it came down on the air ball. Sub in will be Voika for Pierce. They went to Pierce, the junior, second-team All-League selection last year. She's got just 1 point in this one, and that was one of the first times we've seen her here in this second half. I should say this fourth quarter. So it'll be Roseburg basketball after the air ball. 52.7 seconds to go. They trail by 4. Micaiah McClatcher will inbound. Asen gets it. Looking for a target to pass to. She's still got her dribble. Micaiah's got to find a way up floor. And Roseburg's going to take a timeout before the 10-second count. It'll be a Roseburg timeout. And they'll have one more left to go here in this fourth quarter. Trailing by 2 scores, 38-34 with 43.9 seconds to go. Roseburg's going to need to get a bucket and then get a stop to have a chance here in the final stretch of this ball game. The JV score was in favor of Central Catholic, 44-29. And the Roseburg varsity team trying to see if they can pull off a stunning comeback here in the final minute of regulation. At the end of one, Roseburg was up 7-6. They led by as many as 4 in the second quarter, but at the halftime break, it was a 6-point lead for Central Catholic. At the end of 3 quarters, Central Catholic led this one 33-27. Inbound coming for McClatcher. She baseball passes to Sydney Montefiore, and that wasn't what they wanted to draw up there. Sid wasn't ready for that, tried to track it down, couldn't get to it. It never touched anybody, so it went out on the far side of the floor, and they'll bring it back to the near side for the inbound since no one touched it for Roseburg. Inbound for Central Catholic, 40 seconds to play. On the right side, they had to reset the shot clock there. That gave a couple extra seconds on the possession for Central Catholic. And a timeout called by Central Catholic. Out there, Michaela McClatcher was providing some tight defense on Jasmine Woodard, and Woodard wasn't having a spot to get away from. It will be Central Catholic basketball out of the timeout here coming up. Central Catholic, if they can hold Roseburg here with just 34, Roseburg would have to go on a huge scoring spree in the final 29.8 seconds to avoid being the lowest scoring output for a Central Catholic opponent here this season. But at 38 points on the night, Central Catholic not far off of their season low for scoring at 34 points. So been a low-scoring defensive affair in this one for 2 defenses that have been getting after it all game long. 29.8 seconds to play. Central Catholic basketball out of the timeout. Both teams with 1 timeout left. Nyla J. Holt is going to get a foul. It's Sydney Montefiore marking her. There's still, neither team is in the bonus or close to it yet. That is the 3rd team foul against Roseburg. Inbound on the near side. Montefiore is going to foul right away. Holt with a stunned look on her face. Roseburg will need 1 more to be able to start forcing free throws here. Brooksby marking the inbound pass. It goes to Holt. Got to track her down. And Michaela McClatcher trying to foul. Now Montefiore will come up to do it. And I've got that down as her 4th. That is not quite enough to send her out of the game yet, but she picks up her 4th. And we are into the bonus now with 5 team fouls against Roseburg. So free throws from here on out for Central Catholic. It does stop the clock with 17.7 seconds to go. But that was a lot. That's about 12 seconds got worn off the clock with Roseburg just trying to get into the bonus. First free throw for Holt. Clinks off the back of the iron. She's been a 50% free throw shooter coming into these 2 here. See if she can get the second and stay on that target. She does. Makes it a 5-point game. Roseburg lob up the floor for Michaela. Michaela from the right wing launching a 3-pointer, draws a whistle. The visiting fans for Central Catholic not liking that one. It's going to send Michaela McClatcher to the free throw line for 3 shots, and that's going to be the 5th on Juliana Gordon. So Gordon's going to foul out here. 3 free throws coming for Michaela McClatcher, who hit a 3 here in the 4th quarter for Roseburg's first 3-pointer, second of the game. So Gordon comes out into the game. Carolina Bynum, a freshman, will get her first minutes of the night. Technically, she won't get credit for a full minute. There's only 13.9 seconds left on the game clock. First free throw for McClatcher is good. She'll look to see if she can make this interesting here down the stretch. Second free throw. If it was one of those chainmail basketball nets that you get on public parks sometimes back in the day, I don't know if it would have made a sound. Basketball barely touching anything as it goes through the net on these free throws. Third one here for McClatcher. The gym is deathly quiet. And she clanks it, and it hits through. 3 free throws there for McClatcher. Makes it a 2-point game, 39-37. So can Roseburg get a stop? If they can't get a takeaway, they'll probably look to foul quickly and see if they can force Central Catholic into some missed free throws. And Roseburg then hoping for a chance to try and win it at the buzzer or maybe send it to overtime. Roseburg took their final timeout of the first half, or of the half, so they have none left. They won't be able to stop the clock if they force Central Catholic into a miss at the free throw line. They can't stop it and draw up something, so they've got to get it all straightened out here. Central Catholic might look to put in shooters that can hit free throws. They were 5 of 9 in the first half at the free throw line. Jada Jackson is 2 for 4. Annalise Voika is 1 for 2. Theo Bradford is 2 for 2. Nyla J. Holt is 3 for 6 at the free throw line, and Paige Pierce 1 for 2. They've got Woodard, Jackson, Bradford, Voika, and Holt on the floor. Inbound, they can run the full length of the baseline. Woodard looking to get it in, gets it into Holt, and she is fouled immediately by Emily Morello. So that will stop the clock and send us down to the other side of the floor for 2 free throws. And it'll be Nyla J. Holt with 12.2 seconds to go in the contest. Holt can almost ice it here if she can hit them both. Roseburg will be subbing in Sydney Montefiore after the first shot. Holt misses the front end. 12.2 to go. Roseburg's got to box out. Try to get the rebound here. And then race up floor. No time to stop the clock. Second free throw for Holt. Doesn't go. Rebound down to McClatcher. And a foul called. It's not free throws yet, but that does stop the clock and let Roseburg come up with a play here. They can at least call something and set it up instead of just going on the transition. 10 seconds exactly on the board. A 2 would tie it, a 3 would win it for Roseburg. So Roseburg's Micaiah McClatcher will inbound from right in front of the Roseburg bench, the Central Catholic bench. Montefiore drives, 7 seconds. Pass kicked out of bounds on the baseline. 5.9 seconds to go. Roseburg will inbound from their own baseline here. 5.9, trailing by 2. Micaiah McClatcher stacks them up, looking for the inbound. Pass into the middle, taken away, and a whistle stops it with 4 seconds to go. McClatcher was trying to get it to Montefiore, and she just never cleared the defense in the middle. And so we walk the other direction once again. Free throws here for Central Catholic to ice this one. It's going to be Jada Jackson at the free throw line. The foul was called on Micaiah McClatcher. Automatic 2 coming up here. Jackson misses the front end. Still a little bit of life for Roseburg. But they've got to get up the floor quick. Only 4 seconds left in the contest. Second for Jackson. It misses. Offensive rebound. Jump ball called. And the possession arrow goes to Roseburg. It was Bradford that came down with the rebound, and then it was a jump ball called as the players, Bradford was trying to go up with it, got tied up by Roseburg. And they're going to try to figure out how much time to put back on the clock as it had run all the way down to 0. The fans are cheering. There's 37 seconds. It's not going to be what they're going to get. That would be warping the space-time continuum if they had 37 seconds left on the clock. The inbound's going to have to be the full length of the floor for Roseburg. 3.7. It's going to be a desperation shot. Can they make something happen? It's McClatcher to inbound. They're going to throw it down the floor. Nobody's touched it. Clock hasn't started. Sid throwing it up. She probably traveled. She does. She couldn't get a handle, had a defender all over her, and just couldn't get her feet underneath her. Roseburg had a chance there, but 9.9 seconds on the game clock, and Central Catholic will have it. They inbound. Holt will get it, and it's final. 39-37, the final score, as Central Catholic will get the win over Roseburg. But what a ball game we were treated to there tonight. And the Indians will fall just short of coming away with a big comeback victory. We'll take a 2-minute break. We come back with a postgame show to wrap this one up for you here tonight from Roseburg High School. The Central Catholic Rams get a win on the road, 39-37, here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Roseburg High School, where tonight the Roseburg girls come up just a bit short of getting a victory on their home court against the visiting Central Catholic Rams. Tough one, but a valiant effort for Roseburg tonight, and we'll see if the Roseburg girls can build some momentum off of that going forward. Roseburg 39-37, the final score here. Picking up the win is Central Catholic to go to 2-1 on the year. Roseburg will fall to 1-3, but definitely a hard-fought battle tonight, coming up just a bit short in this one. It was Roseburg leading early, led by as many as 4 in the first half, but Central Catholic would battle to take a 6-point lead into halftime. They remained up by 6 at the end of 3 quarters, and then Roseburg outscores Central Catholic 10-6 in the final period. But they could not just get the play executed that they needed in that final couple of minutes. of the game to try and either tie it up or take a lead. But give them credit for really putting together a full four-quarter effort here tonight. Take a look at individual scoring unofficial here tonight. We'll check with the book. I think I might be short by 2 points for Roseburg. 16 points in the game for Jada Jackson off the bench. A huge second half for her. 10 points in the third quarter. She leads the way with 16 for the Rams. 11 points for Nyla J. Holt. Then you had 2 points for Morgan Bruner. 3 points for Annalise Wojka. You had 4 points for Theo Bradford. And Ella Barron had 2 points in the game, 1 point in the game for Paige Pierce. On the other side for Roseburg, 14 points in the game for Sydney Montefiore, a big night for her. Then you also had 6 points for Bridget Brooksby, 6 points for Michaela McClatcher, all in the fourth quarter. 5 points in the game for Aria Smith, 2 for Arlie Asen, 2 for Micaiah McClatcher, and that rounds out the scoring here tonight for the Roseburg girls. It's time now here in the postgame show to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for the Roseburg girls. Nice night here as they really put together a hard-fought effort out there. And she finishes with 6 points in this game, but I really thought that Bridget Brooksby did a lot of hard work for Roseburg in this one. Running the point, trying to break that press a lot of times. She was getting some rebounds and putting a lot of defensive pressure on. I'm going to give the award, the Player of the Game award, to Bridget Brooksby. She was, I think, as many players were, gassed by the end of it, as she had to do a lot of work out there, but a nice night for her. Your in-the-paint rebound leader tonight, brought to you by Colorcraft, is going to be Michaela McClatcher, Michaela McClatcher, your in-the-paint rebound leader tonight. She'll be receiving a $10 gift card from Java Run, thanks to Colorcraft. Up next for the Roseburg girls will be a home game on Tuesday against South Salem. Our next broadcast of the Roseburg girls will be on January 19th here at home as they take on Willamette, so stay tuned for that. Our next broadcast of Roseburg High Sports will be next Tuesday when the Roseburg boys are on the road against the Crater Comets. That's going to do it for the broadcast for us here tonight. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Want to say thanks to the Central Catholic Rams for making the long trek down here tonight and being good sportsmen. Want to say thanks to head coach Chad Smith, athletic director Adam Blue, and the entire Roseburg basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Angela Keyran for help with the video production tonight. Thanks to Connor McLean back in the studio for the radio production this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. Because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll talk to you next Tuesday night when we go on the road with the Roseburg boys basketball team to Central Point to bring you Roseburg and Crater starting at 6:30 with your pregame right here on the video player at 541radio.com or on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.